big transmission, even bigger bell housing, big valve covers. Hello everyone, we're in a bit of a hurry today. We're back in the truck. And we're going to pick something else up. And we're not supposed to be spending any more money. And I mean, we still did on something else, but that's for tomorrow. But this thing is free, so it does not cost us any money, so we're not breaking any rules, kind of. We've only got a little trailer on the back of the truck, and we're headed to Lincoln. So, yeah. Okay, we're running out of daylight, so we better show you what we got. But nothing motorized, but it sure will be handy to have. Jalen's pretty excited. He's been thinking about one of these for a while, but this is a stand part, and that's a 300-gallon fuel barrel. And we've got the hose and a little clicky spigot, the filter assembly. There's a filter assembly. It's in the cab of the truck. But yeah, pretty decent score. The tank hardly has any dents in it. Doesn't sound like it has any rust in it. The stand is all straight and clean metal. So we're gonna put this right to use. This will be a huge asset for us, so we don't have to fill gas cans like every weekend. And when Jalen forgets to fill up his truck on the way home from school, he won't run out the next morning on the way back to school, and life will be pretty good. But now we're going to go to the Daily Double Bar and Grill in Denton, Nebraska, and have a little food, and then we'll get on the road for home. All right, hey, it's morning number 2 of our 2 days of adventure this weekend. It's super windy, so I'm not outside, I'm in the truck here, but we got to get the fuel barrel unloaded and the stand unloaded off the trailer, because we got to go to Iowa today and pick up something else. So yeah, and a little hint, there's something else we're picking up. The goal is we'll need it for that, the 62 Chevy C20, kind of the same era even, so that'll be cool. But let's get stuff offloaded. Got to run into town and get some parts for a customer's truck. Also, hey, we'll throw in a little mini adventure, because got to run up to church. There's a big heavy table at church that they didn't want anymore, and we're going to create yet another workbench out of that. Jalen's at work at the Hardmore store, so as soon as he's off work, we are going to load up and drive to Iowa. So hang in there. We got a lot to do today. Let's get started. Nice, it's just windy. Okay, got her unloaded. Pretty easy. I mean, just bulky, but that barrel looks to be in extremely good shape. We'll give a little love with some sandpaper and put a coat of paint on it. Initially, we were just gonna kind of go ahead and set it up and use it right away. But if we do that with the winds like we get around here, it's just gonna blow over. So we'll probably put it in service later this spring. Once the ground thaws, we'll put some of that hard concrete stuff down and lag it in and cable the barrel to the stand so that when Jalen runs us out of fuel, it doesn't blow away. On to the next thing. Okay, we're waiting for Jalen to get home from work, but show you our other freebie. We got this big heavy, it's used to be a serving table at our church, and it's 10 feet long, right at, it looks like this is a 12-foot trailer, and a good 3 feet in depth or width. So yeah, a really heavy old table, built with old dimensional lumber. So we're gonna, plan is create a base going around the 4 legs, sheet that, stand it up, put some roly-polies on each corner, and we'll have yet another flat surface to cover with junk in the shop. I mean, you know how it goes, but it'll be a good addition. I'm not sure where we'll put it because it'll be about the largest bench we have, but it'll be awesome. So we'll get Jalen home, we'll get that unloaded, and hit the road going to Iowa. One more trip this weekend. Okay, so the transaction took a little longer than we thought, but we did come away with our prize. Take a look. I mean, here's the first clue. Big transmission, even bigger bell housing, big valve covers. We just got a truck 427. Don't know the year yet. And again, it's not your short deck muscle car 427, but it's a 427 nonetheless. This would be like your medium duty truck. Very torquey, does make a little bit of horsepower. Got a Holly on it, it's got HEI on it. And we're pretty excited. Jalen's happy.
Yeah.
So, but it's on the trailer. We're gonna get headed home. We gotta find a restroom. Oh my god, we gotta find a restroom. And then we gotta find some food. And then we'll get home. But 2 hours, 15 minutes away from home here. So, this is hopefully gonna really wake up the 62 Chevy C20. It should be cool. Same vintage, and yeah, it's gonna be awesome.
On Chevy.
So let's get home and then we'll deal with it tomorrow. Hey, we're back. It's the next day. It's late in the next day. We had some church stuff going on and other things. But we did get the big block 427 and 5-speed transmission off of the trailer and onto some blocks in the shop. It's right here because right here is the only place we have left to put stuff we buy. I mean, yeah. So, anyway, we did verify this is a 427. I'm going to walk you through that just for the folks that maybe don't know. This is a really clean engine. Took it to the car wash while it was on the trailer and gave it some engine degreaser and cleaned her up even more. But here's what you're looking for, guys and gals. On these back, this ledge on the back of the block, on the driver's side, we have a 3999294. Also a T. Okay, and then further clue up here, it says truck right on it. So no denying this is a truck engine. The big issue you got to figure out before you dump into one of these is it a 427 or 366? Because 427 you can still play around with and have a little fun. 366, at least in my opinion, it's a big heavy engine, and that's just about it. No way to tell from the outside other than casting numbers the differences in the bore and the stroke. So on the passenger side of the block is the date code. You have a B, that means February. The next two letters are the date, and then there's supposed to be 1 year for, or one number for the year. This is a 72, Further information on the front ledge. This is the front of the block. On the passenger side, there will be another stamp. Ours says T0324 TUA. That is an assembly date for the engine. So the T is the manufacturing plant. I can't think of the name. Tawana Burger, Tawana something. It wants something. T is a manufacturing plant where the engine was made. And then the next two are the month, 03. And then the next two after that, 24, that's the day of the month. And then TUA, really hard to find the TUA on the interwebs, guys and gals, but that's definitely a truck designation. So March 24th is when the engine was assembled. So we have a block casting born February of 72, March 24th, magic happened and it became this particular 427. So yeah, no emissions, no that kind of stuff. We have the HEI, we have a nice Holley carburetor on here. We'll have to get the number on that Holley to see what CFM it is. Already has the 4-barrel intake manifold, which is nice. Life is pretty good. Now, there is some negatives to this engine. Well, there's one big negative. We can't get it to turn over. We tried really, really hard before we loaded it up, and we could get about 1/8 of a turn out of it, and then it would stop. Did a little negotiation with the seller. We did end up bringing it home, obviously. So you might say to yourself, Jarrett, why would you buy an engine that's stuck? Well, you can get engines unstuck if you're careful. But there's other clues that you can look at. Had to go get my light here. Sorry, walking you around so much. One of the things I did as we were debating whether or not we were actually going to bring this thing home and put the time and effort into either getting it unstuck or taking it apart and doing a rebuild is this. And I don't know how well you can see in there. I'm going to put you down in here and just kind of move you around a little bit. This is through the oil fill cap into underneath the valve cover and the top of the head. It is super clean. I peeked in on the other side as well. Super clean. All indications are this engine probably has pretty low miles, and the owner took pretty good care of it. I know it was stored indoors. The way it was taken out of the vehicle was in previously. You could tell dude wanted to use it again. He just aged out, and now he's trying to pass it on to somebody else. So I really think it is going to run again. It's just a little unfortunate. Somehow we got a little moisture inside one of the cylinders. Pretty excited. I mean, really, you think you're just going to walk away from a 427 big block? I don't care if it's a truck big block. It's a 427 big block. And we didn't pay too much for it. So we're winning either way. And you know where it's going. That it's going to light up that little C20 really well. So we're excited. And we're going to get right after trying to nurse this thing kind of back to health and see if we can't get her to unstick a little bit. I know it's not a muscle car 427. Right now we don't have that kind of cash to put into our projects. We're a budget channel. Everything we do is on a shoestring budget. We're just not here to spend a ton of money. And we want to show you that anybody can go out, find an old car or truck, and get it running, and maybe even make it really fun to drive and kind of sort of fast on a budget. That's where we're at on our scores for the weekend. What a heck of a weekend. Put a lot of miles on the truck, saw some cool scenery, met some very nice people. I'm not mad at the 427 guy. He's a legit guy. So we're all good. But that's going to end it for here. So appreciate you watching. Please like, subscribe. If you have any information on the old 427 back there, let us know. We appreciate your support, and we'll see you on the next video.